Bitcoin drops down to 74K, and right now we're seeing a little bit of a relief rally. Is this rally real, or is more downside coming? Let's find out. Welcome back to FlexCandle, where we read the candles and flex the moves. Right now it's about 12:45 p.m. Eastern time, and the price of Bitcoin is currently at $79,000. And before we do our top-down analysis, I want to go over this winning trade I gave you guys yesterday on the 1-hour chart. This gave us about a $3,000 win. Gave you guys a bear flag at around 77,525, with the measure move taking us down to about 71,988. We didn't make it to the full measure move, but we did hit more than half of the measured move. We made it to about 74,500. So congratulations on whoever took this trade. This is a big win for the FlexCandle community. Quick heads up before we continue, I'm about to release the FlexCandle beginner course, where I break down how to read candles, structure, indicators, and actually plan trades the right way. If you're interested, email me at flexcandle2025@gmail.com and just write, "I want the course." Anyone who emails me before the launch will get a 50% discount when it drops in the next week or two. Now, yesterday we did have the 2-week close. We ended up closing that red engulfing candle. To me, it looks like we could be heading down to this 80 moving average at 67,932. The stochastics look like they want to roll over. Right now, we're starting to get a green candle. Could we get tweezer bottoms and get a green candle all the way up? If we do, I think we would go up to the 50 moving average to test it and possibly get rejected from there. On the weekly chart, we also closed a red candle below the 100 moving average, which is bearish. Stochastics are on the way down. We're hoping that at some point we could turn back up and make it to the top of the stochastics, because that has not happened ever since September pretty much. Right now, the 21 moving average is at $97,609, and the 50 moving average, which I think at some point we're going to go back to test it, is still at 100,422. You guys know that this channel, I don't think that we're going to test that until we get below 100K. So we might still have to go sideways here a couple more weeks. Now, the same thing with the 2-week chart. If we get tweezer bottoms here, we're probably going to go and test this 100 moving average at 87,492 and then possibly reject from there if we continue to be bearish. Now, we head over to the other time frames. The 6-day chart still looks like we want to continue going down. The 5-day chart, we're very close to this 200 moving average. That's at 71,900. Stochastics still show like they want to continue going down, so it's possible we go and touch that. The 4-day chart, we closed this candle red below the 200 moving average. So that, to me, I think shows that we're probably going to be going to that 5-day 200 moving average. Now, on the 4-day, we're having a green candle at the moment. Again, we could go up, test that 200 moving average, possibly roll over. That's at 80,578. If we go up, touch that 200 moving average, we roll over, that to me is going to be more downside. We will have to get back above this 21 moving average at $88,405 to try to be a little bit bullish. 3-day chart, we're beyond below the 200 moving average and the 21 moving average. This candle closes today in 6 hours and 9 minutes. We get another red candle here. Stochastics are still on the way down. I think we'll have more downside. I've been telling you guys we are far away from the 21 moving average. This is why I do presence that we might be getting some type of a move up, possibly to 85K, 87K, maybe even 89K again, since we are far away from that 21 moving average. And the daily chart, stochastics look like they are reset and they want to start going up. The same thing with the RSI. We're very low on the RSI and the stochastics. We're oversold here. Let's see if we get tweezer bottoms here. We're getting a green candle. This candle closes in the next 6 hours. Maybe we can make it back up, like I said, to this point of control. That's also at 87K. We can make it back above the 21 moving average at 88,964. That would be great. We take a look at the other time frames. 22-hour chart looks like we're reset. 12-hour chart, 10-hour chart. All of these have low stochastics. It looks like we want to make it back up. The 8-hour chart also looks like we want to make it back up to this 21 moving average. That's at 83,442. So I'm looking for a bounce right now. 4-hour chart is what's going to let us know exactly what's going to be happening here. We have a possible inverted head and shoulder that could happen here. Left shoulder, head. Anytime I do this, it usually fails me, but let's see what ends up happening. We will have to make it to about this 50 moving average, then roll over a little bit, make the right shoulder. That 50 moving average is currently at 84,369. If this happens, the measured move, again, this is not inverted head and shoulder. I'm speculating here of what could happen. This move could bring us back up to 93,750. I've seen crazier things before. It's possible. But in order for this to happen, we need a couple things to happen. First, the stochastics are high here. So the first thing we need to do is get above this 21 moving average and actually get to the 50 moving average, at least to test it. Once we reset and we roll over and the stochastics are low, we cannot lose this 21 moving average again. If we don't, then we have the possibility of making that right shoulder and we go up. If we roll over here, or if we roll over from the 50 and lose the 21 moving average, I have to say we have more downside. Currently, the 200 moving average is at 89,886. I would like to get above that in order to even speak about making a higher move up. But right now, there's massive resistance at 90K, 94K as well. On the 1 hour chart, stochastics are getting toppy. It looks like we want to hump up here one more time. The RSI is above 50, so that's good. And we did make it above the 21 and above the 50. But unless we could make it above this 200 moving average, I'm not convinced. And on the 15-minute chart, stochastics have some bearish divergence here. It looks like we're about to roll back up on the stochastics RSI. One thing that is bullish here is this kind of looks to me like an inverted head and shoulder that is starting to play out. This also looks to me like a flag. And what's bullish is that the 21 moving average crossed the 200 and we're above both of these averages here. So right now I am seeing a flag, and you know, this will go with my speculation that we will be making a move up. So let's make a flag here. Let's see what ends up happening. Again, we cannot lose this 200 moving average, and we cannot lose that 21 moving average. But we definitely have to stay above that 200 moving average in order for this to play out. And if this does play out, now this will take us, to 80K, 81K. Again, there's going to be resistance at 80K as well, because we're already below 80K. So we're in the new range between 70K to 80K. So this is going to be the first resistance is breaking 80K. Then you're going to have to break 85K. Then you're going to have to break 90K. But we could make a move up here to at least 80K. We're at 79 right now. You know, that's $1,000 win. It's not bad. So let's see what ends up happening. So overall, guys, I'm just seeing Bitcoin right now possibly rallying up to 87, 88K if we could break the 80K resistance and also use that as support and we don't roll over. After 88K, it's hard to say if we're going to continue going up. I think we might roll over. And if we definitely can't break 80K and hold that support, then I see us going down at least to about 71K or so. All right, guys, so that's the breakdown. If this gave you clarity or a setup to watch, do me a favor, like, drop a comment, subscribe. And if you have a stock or crypto you want me to go over, drop it in the comment section. This is FlexCandle, where we read the candles and flex the moves. Catch you on the next chart.